A massive fraud scheme tied to unemployment benefits is impacting people all over Arizona. People have been getting unemployment benefits they never applied for.
This is a problem we first talked about last month, and tonight, investigative reporter Morgan Lowe shows us how it's only getting worse.
It started in mid-July when our tenants were moving out.
Victoria Corsi reached out to us during the summer after receiving some suspicious envelopes in the mail at her rental house.
Nobody that lives here has applied for unemployment, ever.
But she had nearly a dozen letters and benefits cards from DES addressed to people at her address. The benefits cards were loaded with unemployment cash, and she wasn't the only one this was happening to.
Right now I have a stack here.
This woman, who asked us to conceal her identity, also received cards at her address containing the names of people who had never lived at her house. All the while, she was waiting for her own unemployment benefits.
What do you make of the irony that you're waiting for your legitimate claim to come through? Meantime, you're getting these other illegitimate claims that have been approved.
It kind of just falls more into the 2020 unprecedented year of craziness, of everything being so obscure and weird. But I can't make it. It doesn't make any sense.
We took this to the DES director.
Fraud is a nationwide problem, and it's definitely impacted our ability to do this work in Arizona.
That was last month, and since then we have received dozens of phone calls and emails from people who have also found DES benefits cards in their mailboxes with other people's names. One source within the Postal Service says that mail carriers are now taking it upon themselves to flag these letters and send them to the postal inspector. That source also said that thieves are now going around to mailboxes and stealing these cards. Officials from DES tell us ID thieves are buying people's identities on the dark web. The victims are generally people whose names and credit profiles were stolen in data breaches, like the ones that happened to eBay and Equifax. They say the only way the thieves can access the unemployment benefits is through the actual physical card. So they're asking people who receive cards with other people's names to report it to the agency's fraud portal. If you do that, they'll remove the funds from the fraudulent account. To give you an idea how prevalent this is, 2 weeks ago, DES reported 660,000 new unemployment claims, and they believe that that number is much larger than the legitimate number of newly unemployed people. We have a link to the DES fraud portal on our AZ Family website and mobile app. And one more thing, it's probably a good idea to check your credit report just to make sure you're not a victim of ID theft. I'm Morgan Lowe for Arizona's Family.